Hey peeps, it's your girl Daxani and welcome back to my YouTube channel. What you're about to see here for this major quick, really quick sketch is just an idea I was trying to just get down because I was busy with something else and I had this idea and I was like, well, let me just do a really rough sketch. Like, this is like seriously a raw sketch and it is atrocious, but that's okay, you know, because this ugly duckling of a sketch is going to turn into a beautiful swan. When I was drawing this, I started out in a square canvas on Procreate, but then I got a little ambitious and decided that I want to include her holding a bomb, and thus, I was like, hold on, I kind of want to show more of her. So I ended up resizing the canvas in Procreate to be longer and just, be more vertical, less square, which means I felt like I just had more space to draw on. And I felt like if I kept the square, she would be like a lot smaller than the canvas itself. So you'll see, it's like, I don't know, I didn't expect Procreate to make the time lapse like it's going to be, which you'll see in a few minutes or so. But yeah, that's just kind of like, because I had to re-upload this like a couple times, at least to my computer. I was like, oh, why is this time lapse looking kind of odd? And I was like, oh, that's right, I changed the size. Like, look at this sketch, versus the crusty, dusty, ugly duckling head ass sketch that that was happening in the beginning. And it's just a lot neater. And it's moments like these that I do like watching my time-lapse videos. It gets even better because these time-lapse videos, it's just nice to see how much things change, just to see what my drawing went through. Sometimes I think oh, okay, I made a final decision. I know exactly what I'm going to draw. I know what colors I'm going to use. I feel like that, everything is just set in stone. But, something happens where I'm just like, okay, hold on. Now I gotta change everything up because, there are times where I'm feeling ambitious and I'm like, okay, let me add more stuff, or let me change this to be a little bit more challenging. Or sometimes I start off wanting to be a bit challenging for myself and then it's just not coming down properly on on paper, or in this case on the digital canvas, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just scrap this entire idea and just leave it alone because I guess it's just not gonna happen this time around. So then, I start getting down to the colors. I had already placed in my head that, I'm gonna make her have red hair, like a darkish red hair, and a dark green shirt, giving some type of army vibes. And then I don't know, I was going back and forth with this, and then I kind of started even messing with the tones of the hair. I was like, maybe I can make it maybe somewhat of a pink or fuchsia. Then I tried the light pink, I wasn't feeling that. Then I kind of like this brighter looking pink, which I was really getting this, I don't know, I was liking that. But then I was like, okay, well, it's not really going with the darker green. And I was like, okay, let's do some camouflage. I was liking the camouflage, I thought it was looking good until I started adding the beads here. When I started adding the beads, I felt like I was just like, what, I feel like there's a lot of clashing going here. It's not really coming together like I thought it was. And I really had to sit on this for quite some time. And this drawing took me, I don't know, has it been a month? I think since I started this drawing, I had to I would do little things to it, and then I would look at it. I was like, I don't know if I like this. I feel like I gotta mess around with some colors. But then I was like, I feel like I need something else to it. And so I took these long breaks, and I was like, I don't know, I'll get back to it later, or whatever it may be. Like, I really had to let it all marinate. And normally I don't really find myself doing that too often, but for some reason, like, I don't know, like, I have this great concept, but it just took me a while. And the arm piece that I'm doing right here, like, that let me explain. So I kind of just felt like, you know, being that I'm not working on like a full body piece, that this arm was just kind of there. Like, I did one full arm, but then, you know, the other arm is just kind of just cut off, right? And it looked weird, it looked awkward, which is why I even like considered making her have a mechanical arm in the first place. But I was like, I'm not really feeling the design, feels kind of plain. So I worked on it some more, kind of let that marinate in the brain a little bit and stuff. And I felt like, you know, it looked good, but I felt like it was still missing something, like this extra bit of like oomph going on, if that makes sense. Like, you know, it's like it's there, but it's not there yet. And then too, I'm just over here just really thinking about this damn camouflaged shirt again. And I'm like, it's really clashing with the beads. I don't want to get rid of the beads because I think they're really cool looking. And then, like, you know, the bullet shells, like, as beads, like, that's so cool. But I'm like, but you can't even really focus on it because of the camouflage. There's just a lot going on here. Oh, but let me add that I like the change that I did on the little bomb. Like, instead of like a broken heart drawing, that, like, you know, maybe like she gave a little kiss to the bomb before like using it. So I thought that was cool. I like that decision very much. So for her like ponytail holders, like the big yellow balls, I purposely like made like scratch faces on them to make it seem like as if she purposely did that herself. And then I finally made the decision to scrap out the camouflage and go with a blue, it's like a gorgeous blue shirt. And I just came to the realization that I needed to take out the camouflage because it just wasn't really being easy on the eyes next to the beads that are in her hair. So even though the base color itself was originally dark green and then it was like this dark teal color, I was like, well, I want a brighter color because, you know, the hair is all already bright and stuff, and I feel like it's going to that route. So I decided to add this little gorgeous blue color. Like, it's just so pretty. It's like the perfect shade of blue that goes with that shade of pink for her hair. And honestly, I think that blue helped balance everything out. It helps so much. Like, I'm still hurt that I had to get rid of the camouflage because I was like so ready to have the camouflage for this character, but it just didn't work out. And then of course I went back to the mechanical arm and I made it look like as if like her mechanical arm is like powered up, like it has the charges on the side there, and it shoots out this pink blast, like just to give that idea. And I thought that was like so perfect. And then too, she scribbled a heart on the mechanical arm, kind of like the whole saying of like, you know, she wears her heart on her sleeve. Ha 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 ha. I don't know, like sorry, I'm like totally cheesy right now, but yeah, no, I really like this a lot. And it, like, I think like I'm happy with the changes that I made. I'm satisfied with it. I think it's great. Hopefully, really hoping I can use that camouflage for another character, so we'll see what happens in the future. Like, look at her, she looks so badass. Like, there's a lot of badassery going on here, and she could definitely be on my team for the zombie apocalypse or whatever type of apocalypse, you know, that may come. So yeah, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new, feel free to subscribe, but don't feel obligated to. It's just a suggestion. And once again, thank you all for listening, and thank you for watching. And I shall chat with you soon in the next video. Bye.